Well, this sounds familiar, right?
Uh-huh.
This idea?
Yeah.
Because Paul brought it up
Mm-hmm.
when he talked about the body of Christ.
Yep.
And he said, he identified two sins. It was either covetousness, like, oh, I wish I had your gift. I wish, you're a part of the body that to me seems more valuable. You're, as Paul put it, you're an eye, or you're a mouthpiece or something, and I'm like
a tummy.
I'm a stomach.
Right.
People can't even really see what I'm doing.
Yep.
Right. So there's either that, or the other sin was condescension.
Right.
My gift is better than yours.
Yep.
Right. And so what was Paul's conclusion? He says, you're all filled with the Spirit, and each one of you is value.
Yeah.
Serves a different
Valuable.
person.
And and you're there. How does he put it? Each joint supplies.
Yep.
You're supplying, and you're being supplied.
We all make up a complete body.
Right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Brothers and Bible Nerds podcast. My name is Daniel, and here with me is my co-host Courtland, my
up?
brother by marriage. Chris is not here today, sadly. He is doing other stuff, more important stuff. So
He's wimping out.
He's working.
Yep. Yeah,
He's working.
He's working, which is what we're talking
kinda
about
talking about
today.
right now,
And here with us to talk about the subject of work and vocation and sacred versus secular, we have Pastor Desi. Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Yeah.
You wanted to press the button.
I
so
did,
bad.
but I've refrained.
So yeah, he's back again. You're the only 3-time repeat guest.
Oh
so
really?
far, yeah.
Oh okay. All right.
Yeah.
Kind of like be like Steve Martin on the old Saturday Night Lives.
Yeah, exactly.
They thought he was a member, but he wasn't.
He wasn't. Exactly.
He showed up a lot.
Yeah, totally. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about just, is your job spiritual, less spiritual than being a clergy member or being in church? That's kind of the thing we're talking about, because people tend to separate the two. They separate the secular versus the sacred. They see work, the menial labor, as less sacred. It's you're not doing as much for the Lord, when that's not really true.
Right.
And we're definitely going to be talking about that. So before we do, I kind of want to talk about our work testimonies, like our relationship with work and also being involved in ministry. Because obviously you've been in ministry for a long time before you were the pastor. What has it been now? When did you start the church? It was
2008.
2008. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been 27 years, 28 years almost.
Yeah.
And then before that, an elder.
it's 18 years.
2008.
Oh yeah, we got to do the math here.
18. Well, I was
gonna say.
Yeah, I was thinking 27 years since
1996.
GO. I think.
Right, yeah, that's what it was.
It was GO.
Yeah, yeah.
But you were an elder as well before that, and you had been serving in the church, even before that. But also throughout the whole time I've known you, throughout your whole career, that's never been your full-time job. You've actually been a painter.
Yeah, I've been a painter since 1980.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And but for me, I've been pursuing a ministry for about 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And my full-time job is a handyman, and then occasionally I preach messages and host a Bible study, when I can. And something that both you and I have gone through in our personal lives is this journey of figuring out that our supposedly menial blue collar job is actually a calling.
Oh yeah.
Is actually a sacred vocation that is meant to honor and glorify God and love and serve our neighbor. And then you, Courtland,
Yeah.
You've done worship leading. That is ministry. You've definitely done ministry work, but you're a mechanic. So I mean, combined, we're pretty blue collar, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, just kind of wanted to hear, starting with you, Desi, talking about your journey throughout all that whole. Summing up, obviously, you got a lot of stories. We could be here for a couple hours.
My journey is funny because in a lot of respects, I'm like one of the least qualified to talk about this. I mean, considering my background, because I'm just lazy, super lazy. When I was young, my whole idea was your aim in life is leisure.
Right.
Somehow, if you could eliminate work.
Yeah.
And so I would actually fantasize as a kid about how could I actually live my life without working and make money.
Right. Right.
It's a crazy thought, but
totally.
I had that, and I had this weird illusion about rich people that somehow that they had attained that.
Right.
But I didn't really cross that bridge in my mind as a kid. As like, well, how did they actually acquire their wealth and get to that point where they didn't have to do anything?
Right. Exactly.
They could just pay people to do everything for them.
Yeah.
I never really crossed that bridge.
Yeah, it's the idea of what sometimes we don't realize about wealthier people who can pay people to do things. That's not them being leisurely. That's them buying their time back.
Yeah, for the time that they spent.
So they can do other things to make more money.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Which in a lot of cases, what they're doing.
Where they're at now is the product of 160-hour weeks and divorce, usually.
Oh yeah,
in a lot of cases for millionaires.
Yeah. Do a Wikipedia search and you'll see that.
With
these guys, a lot of divorces, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that's the way I thought. I was trying to escape work, and I was a rotten theologian when I was a little kid too, because I actually started reading the Bible when I was pretty young, and here was my conclusion, based on my Bible study, is that work was a curse.
Right.
No, seriously.
Part of the fall.
Somehow, in my mind, I had skipped over the part where it said, where God had put Adam in the garden to tend it and to keep it.
Yeah.
You just went straight to the curses.
I went straight to the curse and just figured that it's work, the toil and work, all of it was part of the curse.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I've fallen into that too. Just like isn't work just a means to an end? Like, we aren't supposed to be laboring. We're supposed to be doing ultimately just creative things without seeing it in terms of, wait, no, that's actually work too.
Right. And I actually kind of dreaded the thought of reaching that point where I was an adult and I was going to have to work.
Yeah.
And not really knowing exactly what that was. I kind of had the different fantasies that kids have, maybe being a police officer or
right.
Something that I thought would be a cool occupation, but I really didn't have a clue. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I mean, I would see friends of mine that were doing work when they were kids, whether it was, they had a paper route, they were, they had, a lawn mowing service. I would see them. They would be, walking around the neighborhood with their lawnmower, looking for work and so forth. And I was not one of those guys. I was like, I just want to play.
Yeah, right.
I think we all want to play, though.
Deep
down, everybody wants to do that.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, and it did. This way of thinking really kind of stuck with me, even when I started first painting. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get the idea that I could love my neighbor.
Yeah.
And serve them through my job.
Right.
So I tended to look at when I would be on a job, people were like shadowy figures.
Yeah.
That I didn't really interact with very much. And so to me, all I was seeing was walls that needed to be painted, fascia boards, sash, all the prep that's involved and so forth. And my dad was the one that was primarily interacting with the customers. But I remember the thing that he told me that took me years to really grasp is these people aren't my customers. They're my friends.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, what? They're just like an ATM machine.
Yeah.
In my mind. I go, I work, we knock on the door when the job's over.
Yeah.
They hand us money, we go our way to the next job.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So anyway, that kind of in a nutshell, I was always trying to escape work.
Oh,
that
yeah.
That's my great work testimony.
Right. Totally. Which, talking about cool jobs, when you were talking about being a police officer, you actually did do that.
I did it for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For Eureka?
No, Fortuna.
Okay.
Yeah. I put myself through the police academy. And, most of the guys that were there, they were younger than me. I was 26 when I went through the academy. So I was kind of like the senior of the bunch.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was one of the few people actually putting himself through the academy. Most of the guys that were there were
sponsors.
They were in a department and they were being supported in that. And so anyway, I go through the academy, and then I gotta find a job. And so I'm applying to all of the departments. I mean, Rio Del, Arcata, Fortuna, Eureka. I even applied at Trinidad, everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't getting any action. So finally what I did is I went to Fortuna and said, hey, look, can I get my foot in the door as a reserve officer?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, yeah, we'll take you on as a reserve. What I didn't know at the time was that they paid their reserves. They were one of the few departments in the county that would actually pay their reserve officers. And so,
oh, wow.
Anyway, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
you
so
got paid.
I did that for a while. Yeah, I think what was minimum? Well, what was I getting paid at the time? I think $8.60 or something an hour.
Wow.
And what they did is they had me on foot patrol in the park.
Okay.
And around the high school.
Oh,
And,
got it.
Yeah, that was my early experience. But you know what? I got the title for most tickets 1 month. Because they would actually keep track of this, and once I found out, it's like, this is actually like a contest.
Oh no!
Right,
I'm like,
tickets.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got that competitive spirit.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
for it.
I can win this.
Yeah,
but my training officer, the sergeant, he goes, man, they're talking about you at the city council meetings. And I'm like, what?
Really?
And they go, yeah, you got this guy in the park that's like harassing everybody.
Oh, that's good.
Here was how I was getting a lot of my tickets. It was really ridiculous, petty way of doing it. But if you know the vehicle code.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can nail people on all kinds of stuff. And so I would go over the vehicle code And when I was walking around in the park, I started noticing things like, somebody's got something hanging
in their windshield.
In their windshield or on their mirror, their rear view mirror. You can't hang things on the mirror. Or, somebody maybe had a missing gas cap. Or here's the most common one. You're supposed to have a front license plate.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a lot of cars do not have front license plates.
No.
So I'm like hitting all kinds of people. Anyway.
That's hilarious because you were patrolling the park.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and people that didn't have their dogs tethered in the back. Oh. So just little lot of petty stuff. And anyway, yeah, I got pulled on the carpet for that. It was just like, come on. It's ridiculous.
Hang on just a second. So you were a stickler for those tickets. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But after that, you went back to painting. I mean, you worked with your dad. And
much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah,
love serving people that way.
Oh yeah, not police officers.
No, that's that. Talk about calling. There's a calling.
Yeah, some people are very good.
Oh, it's got to be pretty rough now too.
Oh, nowadays,
I was just thinking the level of
brutal
disdain for the police is off the charts.
Oh my God.
I mean, this was 1988 when I did it. It was different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My boss's son, he's actually a CHP sergeant, and he's like, it's bad. Like, you don't want to do this.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No kidding. Yeah, and just learning to appreciate the painting, right? Because a lot of people don't like painting.
I like painting.
Yeah, you were actually, that's right. You were a painter
I was
for
a painter
a while.
For 3 years.
Yeah. For 3 years.
Yeah. It is. It's good
that
work.
was my first professional job.
Yeah.
And I do my share of painting. I definitely do quite a bit of painting, more than you would think for a handyman. But
lots of patches.
Yeah, lots of patches. People hate drywall work and people hate painting. I actually enjoy both.
I don't like drywall work as much. I'll paint all day. Just drywall work is just so annoying.
Yeah, it can be very annoying.
Yeah.
But
paper,
definitely.
Like papering the cracks and stuff.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Right.
So when did it click for you? Like when did it click for you that this is actually a calling? This is something. When did it start to become more enjoyable for you?
Well, a lot of it was just seeing the error that I had fallen into as far as dividing my life up into these two sections of sacred activities versus secular activities.
Yeah.
And that would have been we're talking like mid 90s.
Right.
Before I really started to understand this, because here I'll give you another example just to show you how that divided thinking can mess you up. So I really did want to ultimately do the work of the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had this thing of like, man, when I get out of painting, I could really do some things that would glorify God. And would fit with the gifting that God has given me, right? And so our pastor, he would talk about this idea, and I misunderstood what he was saying, and he said, you could handle your finances in such a way that you could make your money grow over time through investing, and you could reach a point where you could be financially set free with your investments, and then that would free you up more time to do ministry work. And so the way I interpreted that in my head is,
escape. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to get out of what I'm doing so I can do what I really want to do.
Right.
And it was around that time that I started to see, man, that's wrong. I'm actually called to glorify God in everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that would mean what's right before me, which is painting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so that changed a lot. Once I started seeing that, I really started enjoying my work and seeing that this is, speaking of calling, we're called to love our neighbors as ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what better way to do that
Yeah.
than with the job that you have?
Mm-hmm.
And so that changed things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, because that can be very tempting. It can be very tempting to just want to escape your job, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be working that job for the rest of your life, but
No.
but trying to escape it takes
Yeah.
you away from actually doing excellent work, because that's what's right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. Cortland, what has been your experience?
With work.
Yeah. And wanting to get out and do something that seems to be better or more ministry related, or have you struggled with that a lot?
Not too much of that. I started out doing lawns. I had like 9.
Oh, yeah,
nine-
yeah. So you
nine
were
lawn
that
dogs.
guy.
I was that kid, like from 13 years old.
Yep.
All the way through high school.
I hated you guys.
I made quite a bit of money. I'd keep it in a folder behind a picture on my wall. I thought it was so cool. So like, oh, nobody knows where that is.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then my dad's like, if the house ever burns down, your money's gone. I'm like, that's fair.
That's a
Time to get a bank
that's
account.
thought. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so,
Bury it in the backyard.
right, put it in a box.
Talents,
Forget-
parable talents.
forget where it went. Did that, graduated, then started painting with Eric Jackson. Excellent painter. He really knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned all the tricks from him,
Nice.
and I still enjoy it to this day. Worked hard at that. Then 3 years later, in 2018, got the job that I have now. Working on race cars, building race cars and stuff. It's a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Is it where I want to be? No, but I'm serving God to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
In the job that I have now, I was always, growing up, I was always taught to like work hard.
Yeah,
and
good. So you had that.
Yeah. Put your best foot forward and just, nose to the grindstone, get it done.
Mhm.
And that's how I've always been.
Your dad
And-
is very much that way. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned it from. And so I've never had a problem with working or getting motivated to work. My mindset was always, it needs to be done, so just do it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I still do that now.
Yeah.
If there's a couple dishes and things, like just put them in the dishwasher. Let's
Yep.
get this job done. It's not an issue to overcome for me.
Yep.
Lance just does most of that, but on occasion,
Yeah. Exactly. On
I'll
occasion.
step in. Yeah, I've always served God, like I said, to the best of my abilities in my work, and tried to be an example of Jesus to people that I'm working for. And
Yeah.
so it's never been a huge struggle for me
Good.
as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And I've seen the fruits of that, boss getting heated and then being like, why don't you cuss? Like,
Right.
we were having not an argument, but he was
Right.
like getting super heated, and he noticed I wasn't, and he was like, "Man, why don't you cuss, dude? Just say something." I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. That's
Yeah.
not me.
No.
Dude. Yeah. And so he cooled down after that, but it was funny. I laughed. I was like, okay, so they can see,
Oh, yeah.
it's noticeable. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's my
Mhm.
experience.
Yeah, and I that's kind of what I figured from you, because you've always kind of been like that, where you really haven't had too much trouble just getting up and doing what you need to do.
No.
I'm more like you,
Yeah.
Desi. Like
Maybe.
you were.
Maybe better, hopefully.
I have
You work pretty hard
Yeah, I have,
from
but
what I can see.
I can have that tendency to want to be lazy. All I want to do is do the creative thing. I just want to be writing or making music, or is kind of like, I thought that way for a while. Like, I want to be able to make. I have my dad's entrepreneurial spirit, so being an entrepreneur has typically come naturally to me. Not necessarily the business mindset, but the entrepreneurial aspect.
Do it yourself.
I mean, I've been working with my dad since I was 6, just
Oh, yeah.
helping him with upholstery, or like 12 helping, do work on foreclosures. And I had my own lawns. I did lawn work and had my own envelopes,
Yep.
and then when we got into handyman work, it really started to become like my dad and I doing work together. Kind of figuring things out. And for a while, it's just like, this is a means to an end. And I did for a while when I was 18, I worked for the city doing, low income housing repairs and lawn maintenance. And that was just a 9 to 5, right? Yeah. And just like with most things, I end up finding I'll catch myself daydreaming in the middle of a work day, or thinking about a creative something. That's always been my weakness, spacing out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And that's something I really had to overcome. And I remember having just discussions with my dad. Basically, I told my dad straight up, I'm like, this is a means to an end for me. Like, this is just a way to make money. For now, and to help you out. Like, ultimately, I want to be doing other things. I want to make my creative pursuits a job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been my goal. I loved hanging out with my friends, having a bunch of friends to hang out with, doing those things. Those things always meant more to me than work. They're just like, yeah, I'll sacrifice some work time to hang out with my friends, play music together or whatever. So
Band.
Yep. I'd pour myself into those things, and I'd work hard at those things, because to me, doing that work is just like, I'm not really using my talents, or because I didn't feel like I was very good at it either.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm not using like you were saying, I'm not using my talents to the best of my ability. So I need to pursue something that's going to be more in line with my abilities.
Right.
And it took me a while. Even after I got married, it probably wasn't until we had our daughter, or a little before we had our daughter, when my wife was pregnant, when it obviously had changed, and I had become, it had changed over time. It wasn't the same as when I was 18 or 19 or in high school. But even then, that was when it really changed. Like I came to a tipping point, and the switch clicked, and I'm like, I'm gonna work my butt off, right? I'm like,
right.
This is something I'm gonna do. The customers, and I had always been good at dealing with customers, but it would just the work. The work was the biggest hurdle for me. Doing excellent work for the customer, even if I feel like I don't know how to do it, I've got to do it anyway. So I'm going to figure out how to do this thing and not complain about it and try to pawn it off on somebody else. I'm actually going to try to do this thing, because that's the position I'm in. My dad took the job. I got to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just totally changed. And it's like, the more you start realizing how it's honoring to the Lord, and serving your customers, developing the relationships with customers because they love your work.
Yeah.
It's special.
Right.
It really is special. And you realize you're actually doing a lot of good.
Yeah.
And like you said, Cortland, people actually seeing that how you carry yourself,
example,
and talking with people about the Lord and your faith, like that can't be replaced. And I learned to love my job. Asked me when I was 18, I would have thought, man, I don't know how that's possible. And I want to be in ministry. I want to do something full time with that. Like maybe write books or make music, something like that. And it's like, well, what do I have that's right in front of me?
Yeah.
And learning the valuable skills that you're actually picking up as you go along too.
Yeah.
And knowing the value you bring to people, like knowing what what value you bring to people can really change things.
Yeah. Right.
And it's that definitely changed my perspective. And yeah, I love my job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be something I'm going to do forever, but I know it's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to keep doing that day after day. But that took me a while to learn.
Yeah. Right.
It took me a while to learn because I was head in the clouds.
Yeah.
Pie in the sky type of daydreaming type of person. But God clearly has me in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
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 That's good too. Yeah.
It is.
He really does sanctify us through our work.
He does. Oh,
100%,
totally.
100%.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, I get things exposed
Yep.
through work, sinful ways of thinking, relating with people and so forth. And it comes to light, and he gives me the grace to work through that. And it changes things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild when you're actually looking at your customer and you realize they love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually have a lot of customers, and I'm sure you do too. The customers who love you. In fact, we probably have more customers that love us in our work that are actually like, their beliefs are not in the same position that we are.
Yeah.
Right.
They're almost opposite spectrum.
Yeah.
Where they'd probably get mad at you for when you're talking anything remotely close to politics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. But if anything like that comes up, because they know us and our work, and we do good work for them, and we're not antagonistic,
Mm-hmm.
they don't mind. But it's just so funny. We have a lot of people, like, we're more typically conservative, but we have a lot of hyper liberal customers that love us and give us a lot of work.
Me too. Yep.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
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 It's great.
Shows
great.
a testament to the kind of work you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, and although there is something to like there is a we won't get into it too much, but there is a part of that probably could be the more conservative, more do it yourself type of person. They tend to be a lot pickier.
Yep.
And a lot they're a lot I don't know what the word is.
Diligent.
Their expectations are a lot higher too. I have noticed that.
Yeah, that is true. Right.
For sure. But it's still, it's really cool. When customers just love you, and you get, and we have great people who we talk with who are also Christians who call us back for work.
Yeah.
Because we have that in common and we do good work.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's always cool. We get into really cool theological conversations with them after work.
Yeah. Right.
You got to watch that too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, am I paying for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's been talking for like an hour. And, I was not expecting to get paid.
Sometimes I have to tell customers, just like, I want to get this done for you because, I am on the clock. Just so you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. But you're right. That is totally an amazing thing. It totally changes your perspective when people just really, it's more than they just like you. They love you. You almost become a part of their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, I remember we were working for this one couple in Ferndale, and it was this massive project. So we're on this. It's the only time this has ever happened. We were working on this house for a year.
Whoa.
Along with a number of other tradesmen on this job. And I remember the woman came out one day and she goes, you're our best friends.
Really?
And then she looks at her husband and she goes, man, we need to get out more. Anyway, well, it's cool. Yeah,
and those same people, they were the ones that kind of invited you to do things or have eat with them, or was that a different?
Oh
one?
yeah. We definitely spent time with them.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, you totally get that perspective change. Yeah, on that note, good time to transition into we've been talking about vocation. And to some people it's like, well, vocation is simply a job. And I would be like, yeah, I agree. Sometimes people don't necessarily think of being a pastor or a missionary, any clergy, any theologian. That's not seen as a job. That's seen as a calling.
Right.
But vocation would be both. It's
Yeah.
a job and a calling.
Yeah.
And so there's some interesting history behind that. I wonder if you could enlighten us on some of the history behind vocation. I know you've got some stuff on that.
Well, yeah, because the calling, during the time of the medieval church would have been for ministry related things.
Yeah.
Exclusively.
Hmm.
So you're talking about being a priest, being a nun, being a monk, living in a monastery.
Yeah.
Something like that. In the Catholic Church, it would have been called holy orders,
Right.
as well. And calling, it is what it sounds like. It just means you're being summoned to do a particular thing. But
Right.
in this case, it was just ministry related things. And it was really during the Reformation that Martin Luther just kind of blew the lid off of that and went, no, vocation's not just for what we would call ministry related things. It's a shoemaker. It's a carpenter. It's a mother. It's a father. It's children. It's servants. It's masters. They all have their area of service, and they're all callings that can be done to the glory of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really out of that this whole idea of the Protestant work ethic grew out of it,
Right.
because people were like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing something that's actually lesser than ministry work."
Yeah. Oh, totally. Coming from a monk, by the way, a
Yeah.
former monk,
Yeah,
Luther.
right.
Yeah, totally changed his worldview.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. Well, and it changed not very long after. You get the Pilgrims coming to America. Not
Oh, yeah.
very long after the Reformation.
Right.
And
Right.
kind of, it seems like building what is modern day capitalism to a certain extent.
Yeah. Has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because it lifted people out of this notion that somehow what they were doing was lesser.
Right.
And the origins of this actually go even further back than the medieval church. It goes back to the ancient Greeks, because the Greeks thought that way.
Right.
They thought in terms of what they would have called a contemplative life
Mhm.
and an active life.
Right.
We would say sacred and secular.
Okay.
Okay.
And so and a lot of the early church fathers were influenced by Greek philosophers. And so they carried this dualistic way of thinking into the church. And so that's where you would get distinctions like, okay, there's the clergy and there's the laity.
Right.
It's all related to that same divided way of thinking.
Mm.
And so, again, yeah, Luther would have been, along with a lot of the reformers, coming against that idea. And it changed things and gave people some upward mobility.
Oh yeah.
that they didn't have before, as they're changing the way they're thinking about their work.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you can actually track this during the dark and medieval ages. There wasn't a lot of industry. There wasn't a lot of change there when it came to actually inventing new things and coming up with new technology.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could trace that. I mean, since the Protestant Reformation, we've accomplished way more in the past 500 years than we have in the previous, 1,000.
Yeah.
We've accomplished more in the past 100 years.
Oh yeah, past 100 years, but it
150.
It ultimately
Right.
seems to have stemmed from that
Mm-hmm.
that Protestant work ethic and made room for that, because people will say, well, it came from other people from other religions made innovations, and yeah, but I think at the time the Europe was the power.
Yeah.
They had the power. They controlled. The sun never sets on the British Empire, so to speak.
Right.
Right. They were huge. And so things that happened culturally in Europe had effects in various cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately, the Veith, what's his first name?
Oh, Gene.
Gene Veith, a Lutheran theologian.
Mm-hmm.
He's written a couple books on this, and he makes a pretty good case of looking at this connection between the Protestant Reformation and the downward effects that had on American ingenuity, but also just ingenuity in general.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that.
It is.
It stemmed from we're loving our neighbor by working hard and making sure our work is excellent.
Right.
That's really cool.
Which ultimately brings glory to the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It changes things. One of the problems with work is cutting corners.
Oh yeah.
Right. But if you're thinking, well, wait a minute, what if I'm actually doing something to the glory of God, then it should change the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With our work.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if you've run into this, but I used to run into this when I first started working for my dad, because my dad, he liked to do things bold. So we had these business cards,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, I want these to be red, we're talking the blood of Jesus here. Right. So,
Right.
So all the lettering is red, and there's a big bold fish on there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so he would hand these out to people. And I remember hearing some guys that we were working around were like, oh, look out. The guy's got a fish on his card.
Uh-oh.
Run. And unfortunately, ran into that a lot, where people would go, oh, Christian tradesman.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't a good testimony.
Mm.
Oh man.
Right.
Partially because of that sacred versus secular mindset type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're glorifying the Lord with what you're doing, you should be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Christians should actually be at the top of their fields.
For sure. Yeah.
If we're thinking of that, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't the case at the time.
No.
Yeah. That's wild.
I like what Luther said one time. He said the main thing that a cobbler needs to do is make a good pair of shoes.
Right.
Yeah. That's the main thing he needs to be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
Not making a pair of shoes. It's kind of interesting that he would have said this, because I could actually visualize a product like this.
Uh-huh.
He said not a pair of shoddy shoes that has like little crosses on them.
A lot of those exist.
He nailed it. He
Wow.
nailed it. Yeah. I mean, that's the way that should be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's more of a testimony to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And that's a very Luther way of putting it too. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was good talking about cutting corners, something we need to avoid, like doing excellent work, or in your case, not cutting certain corners, cutting in certain corners.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. I do this all the time. I go into places and I look at the paint job, of course.
Oh, same. I do that.
One of the first things that I notice a lot is when people want to do like a different color on the ceiling than on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
People can't cut lines.
No, they can't. That was the first thing he taught me.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with my dad.
Yep.
First thing. You have to learn how to do it, and ambidextrously too. Learn this
Yep.
hand, and then we
Right.
always had like
And left.
right hand or ambidextrous Mondays or something. You have to like do the whole job with your opposite hand.
Oh, right.
it
Oh,
teaches you.
like a Larry Bird
Yep.
thing. Like, I'm just going to shoot left-handed the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it makes a big difference. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
day one, interesting that you had a similar experience because my dad was like, you're going to learn how to cut a
Yep.
line. Don't worry. You're starting out. You're going to be slow. But
Yep.
I'm going to teach you how to cut a clean line
Mm-hmm.
without having to tape everything
Oh.
Mhm.
to make a clean line.
No, I hate taping.
And you can tell when people tape a job.
Because
it
the
doesn't
paint
work.
crawls under
Little
the
beads
paint.
underneath.
Ugh.
You can
Yep.
see the little.
Nasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I wish I had what you guys did. I had to learn the hard way. I
Mhm.
got really good at cutting in, but that's because I had a week-long job doing painting trim, and it was a stain, but it was a paint stain, one of those solid stains,
Solid coat. Yeah.
solid coat. And it was on a 2-story house that had redwood siding. Bare redwood
I
siding.
remember doing those.
I that took me a long time, and I was really slow at first because I had people tell me it's like, yeah, if you're a real good painter, you don't need tape to cut in. Didn't bother to show me how to cut
Oh,
in,
of course. Yeah.
and so I had to learn it myself. And then doing that job, it took me a lot longer, but that job alone made me a lot better. And I never use tape. It never works. It never works.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you have a flat enough surface, maybe you could get some of that green frog tape and you could get like it'll lay down nicely. and
Right.
You can get a clean line. But yeah, there's a lot of cases. My dad, his skill level was off the charts in terms
Yeah.
of his ability to cut. I watched him do this thing like this beam over the top.
Mhm.
Imagine instead of it being square like this, it had a rounded edge. And the people they didn't want the color to wrap all the way around it. They wanted a clean line. But the edge is rounded. So it's like you don't have something that you can actually
Yeah.
go up against like you do in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And my dad goes, yeah, I'll do that without taping it. I'm like, Dad, it's like the edge is rounded. And he goes, no, watch. And he took his brush and he just started working his way down. He put a plank up and I'm looking at that thing and I'm going,
This is immaculate.
unbelievably straight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Crazy. But I mean, he started painting in like 1953.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
And he had been doing that,
Yeah.
most of his adult life. So yeah.
That's
could do it.
incredible. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, to I'm sure you guys have dealt with this too. Just for clarification on those trim windows, they wanted the edges painted, and it was the lap shingles.
Oh yeah. Those are time consuming.
yeah.
Pain in the butt. I only got paint in a couple of places, and I was able to clean it up somewhat. Terrifying job. Terrifying.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
The only time we ever use tape is to protect baseboards from paint splatter when you're
Baseboard,
rolling.
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So you just
yeah.
put the top on. You don't fold it over. You just lay it flat along the whole baseboard on the top, and then you just roll.
It
and
works
keeps
great.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
only the green frog tape. I've used cheaper tape.
we
You
always use the
don't.
cheap
it,
stuff.
it just
the blue stuff is what we always used.
really.
Yeah.
It didn't roll up. It didn't peel off for you.
The white stuff actually. which
Oh,
is
okay.
better.
Yeah, the white stuff's
Yeah.
better. Yeah, I've used the balloon and it just peels up on me. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, that's
But yeah, just excellence.
excellence,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
good works.
We want to be excellent
Yeah.
with what we do. You know, Johann Sebastian Bach, he would do this thing. When he would compose music, he would put his name on it, and then he would put "to the glory of God alone."
Okay.
And he would do this with church music, but he didn't just limit it to that.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing some stuff that you would go, well, that's secular. Didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
He would put "to the glory of God"
Wow.
Yeah.
on every piece of music that he did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean that's what our mindset should be. I mean, in whatever we're doing, right? It's
Yeah.
to the glory of God,
That's right.
right? Even if it's menial, even if we sometimes get emergency calls, usually has to do with, human waste,
Oh, fun.
to the glory of God.
To the glory of God.
Write it in.
Suit
write
up,
it in
brother.
feces.
Yeah, right. Right?
Yeah,
Hey,
suit
I
up.
mean those jobs pay well.
Yeah,
they
they
pay
do.
well. So
Hazardous waste. Yeah, that
Yep.
Charge
those
well.
do pay well.
yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of menial jobs, why is a menial job so important? Like on a practical level, what value are we bringing to the table?
It gives us purpose.
Yeah, it gives us purpose.
Mhm.
But like what we were talking about, what was it Luther or Veith that brought up? It was Veith who brought up the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day our daily
Oh yeah.
bread.
Right.
Using bread as an example,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah, but yeah, that's something that Luther talked quite a bit about, is that these various jobs that God's actually providentially caring for people
Yeah.
through these different occupations.
Mm-hmm.
He used this term that there are masks. They were masks of God. And so when he was talking about us praying the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread, you got this whole slew of people that are God's hands and feet in bringing about care
Right.
for people. It's like, well, who would be involved
Right.
Yeah.
in getting bread to you,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, especially now, let alone
Oh my goodness.
in Luther's time. Now, it's a it's a
Thousands
machine.
of people.
It's
Yeah.
a straight up machine. You have if you look at how complex some of those farms are, you have the design. Like I've seen, I don't know if you guys have seen any videos of how farmers, the technology that they use.
Oh, it's tablets everywhere.
Tablets everywhere.
Yeah.
The specific machines they use that are on specific timers,
Yep.
specific seasons, specific locations. The agriculture is so important, and the technology. So the people who invented the technology to do this in a efficient manner, the people who had the money and the desire and the calling to actually design those things, and the people who had the money and calling to buy the property, cultivate the land, and grow the produce
Yeah.
that they ship. So you're involving trucks now.
Right.
Yep.
Trucks who they have to get gas. You need gas stations.
Gas attendants.
You need people to get gas attendants to actually operate the
person
thing.
who made the breakfast burrito that truck driver ate that morning.
Right.
It goes on forever.
It goes on forever until you get one loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just for
Yeah.
one loaf of bread,
Yeah.
right? The bakers.
And then you're
totally
like, maybe
missing
the price
bakers.
of bread isn't as bad as I've been complaining about.
And God provides in this way through people, regardless of whether they're believers or not,
Right. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
whether they even love their neighbor or not.
Mm-hmm.
He can provide in this way.
Yeah.
I have this customer. He's a truck driver, and he's got a unique route. he's down in LA.
Mm.
And so he trucks goods down to the harbor, and the boats are on a loop, and they go out to the Hawaiian Islands, taking goods out there. And so there's this loop
Okay, wow.
of boats that are taking stuff out. You just don't even really think about it that much.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, no
shipping.
kidding.
If you look at a map of the shipping routes, it's kind of like, whoa, that's a lot going on. There are actually people who have to communicate where the shipping routes are going, because you could run into some complications if you actually run into people, or you know, especially, oh man, it's just, it's wild. The permitting, the boats, everything involved with
Quality control.
with quality, like, it's crazy. A bunch of people, thousands of people have to do their jobs right for you to just get some produce.
It's pretty miraculous if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. I wonder how many people actually live on the Hawaiian Islands now.
Oh, I don't know what it's like now. It's definitely it's not in the tens of millions, is it?
Yeah, it would be fascinating to find out, because, I mean, you think about, you go back in history, they were living off of what they were getting on the island. I'm sure the fishing was great.
Oh, fish was probably, fantastic.
Right.
But not as many people living there.
Yeah, right.
Now there's people living there.
Oh, yeah, it's
for
packed.
the location.
Right.
Not for the produce. People don't live in places because of the produce, because you can get it anywhere almost.
Hawaii's total population is around 1.4 to 1.45 million people.
Okay.
Yeah.
With 70% living on Oahu, the main island.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
good
people.
amount of people. Yeah,
Right.
there's quite the loop of boats I'm sure they got going out there.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not just food, just like goods and services and,
Yeah.
all
Convenient.
sorts of stuff. Technology, boats, cell phones.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. But a bunch of people have to do menial tasks in order to do that.
Mhm.
If you didn't have people who were going to do that, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't. It wouldn't work.
Imagine if the whole nation was lazy.
Right.
How crazy that would be.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Well, I mean, just look at what happened recently with the government shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got air traffic controllers that are like, well, I'm not working for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, they had to reduce flights.
Yep.
And I mean, man,
That puts a huge clog in the works.
oh
Huge.
yeah. Yeah.
People missing out on business meetings, which affects everything else.
Oh yeah. It all has
Chain reaction.
a chain reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, for
That was
sure.
ridiculous. We don't need to get into that though.
No,
Yeah.
that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. Yeah, but it is amazing, and it is important that we do our jobs well. I mean, like, we're in the trades. We are doing something for somebody. It not only makes them happy, right? Because they want to do this thing to improve their home, but you're also improving the home. You're increasing value to the home, and you're saving them a ton of time. You're not only just doing the job that they could do, you're doing the job that they could do
better
and in way less time.
Yeah, do you have all the equipment to do it?
Yeah, and if you average
And
out
the
the
skill.
time, it's like, okay, say I'm working for this amount an hour at my job. How many days would I have to take off to do this job, like painting? Okay, that would equal to this amount. Okay, and here's this painter who's going to charge me 3 times more than I get paid at my job.
Yep.
Because of all the other expenses that you have to deal with owning your own business.
Mm-hmm.
But when they do the job, it ends up costing way less than it would take for me to do it, because it just takes way less time.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's you're bringing value. You're actually helping them out. You're helping them out on a job that they want to do but can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
That's how I view working
awesome.
on the cars.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nobody else is gonna do that.
Well, here's the thought. As I'm thinking about this, right? So we want to glorify God. That would involve being open to being challenged,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
That we would actually challenge each other along these lines, because that can be a problem.
Oh yeah.
If you're living in an autonomous way and you're distancing yourself from help, you're going to be limited
Yeah, for sure.
in what you do. So what's the scripture say? It says that we're to spur one another on to love and good deeds.
Yeah.
So there's a challenge. There's a challenge there. And sometimes
Yeah.
we can find ourselves going, yeah, just I got this.
Yeah.
I don't really want input from somebody else.
Yep.
But there really isn't any growth if there isn't.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Refiner's fire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I heard the story. I got to bring the story up
do it.
again. It was Charles Barkley.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Barkley tells this story, and what happened is he had gotten drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, right? And it was a big dude. He weighed about 300 pounds when he came out of college. But I mean, the guy was an incredible rebounder. I mean, he was definitely a dominant collegiate player. But he came to the Sixers, and he wasn't really getting much playing time. And so he went up to their center, Moses Malone, who would later go on to be a Hall of Fame player. Incredible player. Great rebounder.
Yep.
He could score too. But the guy, I remember seeing a game where he got, I think it was 38 rebounds.
It was
which is
insane.
just insane.
That's a good center worth his weight will probably get you 10 to 12.
And you would go, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
really good.
A guy averages that, excellent.
Perfect.
But yeah, Moses, he had little hands too, and he wasn't real tall. But anyway, so Barkley comes up to him and he goes, "How come I'm not getting to play?"
Right.
And Moses was not a talker.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty quiet guy, but he just gave it to him and he goes, "You're not getting to play because you're fat and you're lazy."
Straight to the point.
Yeah, and Barkley said, "I did what any grown man would do. I went home and I cried." But then he says, Moses got a hold of me and he says, "Look," he says, "I'll help you lose the weight. I'll work with you on your game. We'll do this thing together." And, we're just going to incrementally bring that weight down until we find what your optimal playing weight is. And so they did.
Yep.
They were working out together. They were dieting together. And he gradually got his weight down, 220. No, not that low. He got down to 280. And then he worked his way all the way down to 250. And he was getting all kinds of playing time. And I mean, this guy, look at a highlight reel of Charles Barkley when he was young, and it's amazing that a guy that height with that kind of frame could jump
It's
as
incredible.
high as he could and move as fast as he did.
He still couldn't get my sons a chip though.
No, I thought he was gonna have a shot.
He almost, but he played against the Michael Jordan Bulls. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? I just
Right. So anyway, then he dropped all the way to 240 and felt weak. And so
Yep.
Moses goes, "We know what your weight is. It's 250.
Yep.
Play at that." And so for a lot of his career, he was playing at around 250. But anyway,
Yeah.
point being, he accepted a challenge, and it took his vocation
Yep.
Yeah.
to a whole other level.
Yeah. And turned him into a hard worker. I mean, he's still working today. right?
Oh yeah,
You've actually probably seen him. He's funny.
He's funny.
He's always, he and Shaq are always going at it back and forth. You've probably seen clips.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so doing the commentary stuff.
Yeah, and if you knew nothing about him and you just saw him, you'd go, oh, kind of like an overweight, retired basketball player. What did he do?
He was an athlete.
He was a monster.
Yeah, and just Moses being willing to help him too. And it takes two. It takes somebody being willing to help you and somebody willing to take that correction.
Right.
But also if somebody's not trying to help you and they're like, they just want to nitpick you and criticize you. It's like, what about those people? It's like, well, then I think you have a great opportunity to take the high road and also take that into account.
Yeah.
Like, even if the person is not willing to show you what to do and is just going to give you criticism, have the strength and fortitude to actually take that and be like, okay, you're right. I can do better.
Yeah.
Right. But that's hard to do.
Humility is so hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
goodness.
it is.
Ridiculously hard. Immediately you want to throw fists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
I was on this job one time. This is a carpenter. Came up to me.
Oh,
I was just started working for my dad. And I'm wasting time. We work with this product sometimes to fill holes. It was called Fix All back in the day. It's something else now, but it comes in these green and yellow cartons, and you mix it up and it dries hard. Anyway, so, but I overmixed, right? And so I got like a ton of this stuff in my tray, and I got my putty knife, and I'm like sitting there trying to like
been there,
chisel it out, and I'm like, oh, damn, this stuff is totally stuck in there. Anyway, one of the carpenters got irritated with me, and he grabbed it out of my hands, and he just went, bam, and popped it on the ground like that, and it came off in one chunk, and he goes, here, time is money. And I was like, oh.
Dang.
But he was right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny. It was a kind of a hard lesson, but it showed me something. I'm like, oh, yeah, right. There's a better way to work.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, ever since you told that story, you told that at church years ago, probably a few years ago, I've done that with mud and like anything that hardens in a bucket. Do that ever since.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so much easier than doing whatever I was doing, trying to clean it while it's wet.
No.
And then just like before it gets hard and you can't get it out, and then you have to just like I'll like bend the bucket to actually get it to loosen up. But yeah, just it works.
Yeah, it pops right out.
It works.
This stainless steel container, it should pop right out.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
But anyway.
Yeah, totally. Being willing to take that correction to work harder.
Yeah.
Right? Or quicker. Not dilly-dallying, which I've done. I've done the whole like
everybody's done that.
Cleaning the bucket where you're just kind of like, you're not moving fast at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally been there. Yeah. And so I think here's where some clash. So we've kind of talked about it, but in practicality, there still can be this mindset of ministry work, being a missionary, pastor, elder, being involved in the church, an evangelist, isn't doing that full time more important than the menial tasks, because you're actually bringing people to Christ, bringing the gospel to them. Isn't that more important than just earning money with our menial jobs? That can be a question that a lot of people have.
Right.
So I think that would be a question: is ministry work more important than our day-to-day jobs?
No. Yeah, that is the question, right?
Yeah.
I like to think of it as like, let's say that was taught, like the straight being a worship leader, for instance, was a lot more important than being, blue collar worker.
Yeah.
And everybody got that notion, and everybody wanted to become a worship leader. That's a problem.
It is a
That's a
problem,
big
Because
problem.
now you have nobody to do stuff.
Yep.
And everybody's trying to apply for churches.
By
Right.
the way, could get really bad if you're
Yeah.
talking worship leaders.
Yeah.
That could get really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Or everybody being pastors.
Yeah. Well, this
But-
sounds familiar, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
This idea.
Yeah.
Because Paul brought it up
Mm-hmm.
when he talked about the body of Christ.
Yep.
And he said he identified two sins. It was either covetousness, like, oh, I wish I had
Right.
your gift. I wish, you're a part of the body that
Mm-hmm.
to me seems more valuable. You're, as Paul put it, you're an eye, or you're a mouthpiece or
Right.
something, and I'm like,
A tummy.
I'm a stomach.
Right.
People can't even really see what I'm doing.
Yep.
Right. So there's either that, or the other sin was condescension.
Mm.
Right.
My gift is better than yours.
Mm.
Yep.
Right. And so what was Paul's conclusion? He says, you're all filled with the Spirit, and each one of you is value.
Yeah.
Serves a different
Valuable.
person.
And
Yeah.
and you're there. How does he put it? Each joint supplies.
Yeah.
You're supplying, and you're being supplied.
We all make up a complete body.
Right.
Yeah. It's and also when he lists out the different gifts, he says apostles, teachers, gifts of healing, acts of service.
Acts of service, right?
Acts of service is one of them. Talking about serving in different ways, he actually lists some menial things that people often forget. I believe it is 1 Corinthians 12. Right. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit, as in the Holy Spirit. There are varieties of ministries and the same Lord. There are varieties of effects, and this is starting in verse 5 in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. There are varieties of effects, but the same God who works all things in all persons. But to each one is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. For to one is given the word of wisdom through the Spirit, and to another the word of knowledge according to the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit, and to another gifts of healing by the one Spirit. To the other the effecting of miracles, and to the other prophecy, and to the other the distinguishing of spirits. To another various kinds of tongue, and to another the interpretation of tongues. But the one and the same Spirit works all these things, distributing to each one individually just as he wills. For even as the body is one and yet has many members, and all the members of the body, though they are many, are one body, so also is Christ. For by one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, whether slaves or free, we were all made to drink of one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot says, because I am not a hand, I am not part of the body, it is not for this reason any the less a part of the body. And if the ear says, because I am not an eye, I am not a part of the body, it is not for this reason any less a part of the body. For if the whole body were an eye, where would the hearing be? If the whole were hearing, where would the sense of smell be? But now God has placed members, each one of them, in the body just as he desired. If they were all one member, where would the body be? But now there are many members, but one body. And the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, or again the head of the feet, I have no need of you. On the contrary, it is much truer that the members of the body which seem to be the weaker are necessary, and those members of the body which we deem less honorable, on these we bestow more abundant honor, and our less presentable members become much more presentable. I guess, yeah, let's just read the whole thing here. Whereas our more presentable members have no need of it, but God has so composed the body, giving more abundant honor to that member which lacked, so that there may be no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. If one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are Christ's body, and individually members of it. And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, administrations.
Oh.
Weird.
Right. Helps and administration.
Helps and administrations. Various boring, literally the most stereotypical boring vocation. Various kinds of tongues are not all apostles. All are not apostles, are they? All are not prophets, are they? All are not teachers, are they? All are not workers of miracles, are they? All do not have gifts of healings, do they? All do not speak with tongues, do they? All do not interpret, do they? But earnestly desire the greater gifts, and I show you a still more excellent way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that changes the game. You know, it's interesting when you look at the qualifications for an elder and a deacon, they're basically the same.
They are. Yeah.
So when the early church ordained the deacons, they weren't going, okay, yeah, we got the elders.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the deacons are just kind of like doing grunt work, that, administrative things that need to be done.
Yeah.
Taking care of widows and so forth, and distributing food to the poor, and, freeing up the elders so that they can do important things like, devote themselves to the word and prayer. That would be one way of looking at that. But you don't actually see that, because the qualifications for them are the same.
Yeah.
They're to be examples in the church. The first 7 deacons that were ordained, they were looking for men that were full of the Spirit, is what it says.
Yeah. Stephen being one of them.
Right. And a deacon wasn't something, it's kind of changed the way it's viewed in the church now. It's viewed kind of like a stepping stone to becoming an elder or a pastor.
Right.
It's like, hey, I've done my internship as a deacon, and now no, it wasn't viewed that way. It was its own calling. Mm-hmm. And there was this guy, when I was going to gospel outreach, that got it. He was an ordained deacon in our church, and he told me that he had been asked on a number of occasions to be an elder in the church, and he was like, I have a calling. I'm a deacon in the church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at this as, I'm not looking past this.
Yeah.
And so he never was. He never became an ordained elder.
Yeah. It's not a stepping stone, it's a specific calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the elders, it's so funny, because the elders definitely were kind of outmanned. They were outmanned. They couldn't visit every widow's home.
Right.
And so they needed help. That's why they had the deacons, like what you were mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
But it was never because of a lesser or a higher calling. It was simply because in order for the elders to do their job properly, they needed some help. They needed extra hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even those people who to some would see that as a lesser role, or a stepping stone to being an elder or whatever, it was actually seen as the same standard-wise. They had to meet the same standards.
They did. Yep.
And what they were doing was incredibly important. It wasn't more or less important than what the elders were doing.
Right.
They were honoring the Lord in what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Maybe a stomach.
their stomach.
Maybe a stomach.
That's
Yeah.
right. They're really good listeners, so they could digest things very
Yeah.
well.
That's right. There
Yeah.
you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
Stephen.
Yep.
Stephen was a deacon.
Yep.
Philip,
Philip was a deacon. Yeah.
who preached the gospel to the Ethiopian eunuch, he was a deacon.
Yeah.
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 Godly men.
Godly men. Yeah. Stephen, the first martyr, and what an incredible speech to the Pharisees with the power of the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then had the faith to actually do it
Yeah.
because he probably knew he was going to die,
Mm-hmm.
and he did it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, for you guys watching, your task, your calling, the individual thing you're doing right now, obviously with exceptions, there are sinful jobs
Yes.
that you should
Oh, yeah.
probably not be doing. If you're doing those things, you need to find a better line of work. Or if it's bringing sin into your life and it's not honoring God, then
Yeah.
clearly. But even working at McDonald's,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
right?
Sure.
Flipping hamburgers.
Serve God in that way. Make excellent hamburgers, right? Make a customer smile with a compliment,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just love people. That's the mindset. That it kind of goes into the next question. Why should we strive for excellence? You don't have to be a teacher or somebody who is sharing the gospel for a living in order to honor and glorify God. Why should we strive for excellence? Like you were saying, Desi,
Yeah.
it's one of the two great commandments.
Yeah.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself.
Yep.
Loving your neighbor, that's what it boils down to. That's why we need to do excellent work, because ultimately that glorifies God.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does glorify God. Well, here's a scripture. This is Matthew 5:15 and 16.
You're a little bit quiet, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It talks about the light. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So that's the answer to the question of why excellent.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It points people to God.
it does.
We're glorifying the Lord, and the whole idea is that ultimately they would glorify God.
Yeah.
And they believe me, they see the difference
Oh, totally.
100%.
when you do a good job.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really see it when you. Sometimes you don't notice it, right? That you're doing a good job, and you're like, why do people say we do a good job? Like, it feels like we could have done way better. And I mean, that's a good thing to have. Like, hey, need to be doing better. Obviously,
Right.
That should be focus. But then there are people who are really just like, man, we've not had good luck. We've had people do really horrible work, and then you start to see those people work, and you're like, this is really bad. Like, okay,
Right.
I thought I could do better. This person didn't even try. You can just tell they just did not even try. And it's like, there are a lot of people who don't do good work. There are a lot of people, even non-Christians, who do good work. I mean, a lot of non-Christians do great
Right.
work. They just love what they do, and they do it to serve customers. And but you get a lot of people who do.
People can tell when you're working for a purpose.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like when they see that you're driven
Yeah,
and you have that mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and then that gives you an opportunity to be like, this is why.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
there's the door opening.
Don't hide that. It's not just talking about hiding the light of the gospel, but through good works. Like, not hiding the light by not doing excellent work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting perspective. It's not often thought of in that way.
Yeah.
But people miss through your good works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, are you going that extra mile
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing something? I was just looking at a job today, and it's one of those kind of awkward situations where the reason the person called me is because the job that was done last time on this place is failing. The
Oh,
paint job's failing,
Mm.
and it's only they put duration on this house just 4 years ago.
Oh.
But it's that nasty T111 siding.
make it a little bit further. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
And so the whole sunny side of this house, it's just all those little lines
Mm-hmm.
that are in that inferior material, they're moving
Yeah.
and creating cracks. And so you're seeing all of this paint failure. I think the house had a lighter color before, and they put a darker color over the top.
Oh no.
And I think the sun hitting it, it's hotter.
Oh,
The
yeah.
darker colors get
Mhm.
hotter. People don't realize that. They'll pick
yeah.
dark colors and they're not really thinking they've really increased the temperature on the surface on the
Mhm.
south side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so the paint's like lifting.
Right.
So we got to go the extra mile. And this guy clearly has an expectation. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, look, I don't want this to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, I'm 80 years old. My wife's 70. This is probably going to be our last paint job. We want this thing to stick.
Right.
Right.
So I'm looking at it and I'm going, there's only one move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just doing a surface sand like was probably done before. You're going to have to go all the way down to the surface of this T111 stuff
Mhm.
and put a good penetrating primer on there
Yep.
to get it to stick properly.
Yep.
And that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the essence of glorifying God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gonna do this right.
The
Me-
extra
me-
step.
Means extra work for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, I just want to slap it on and get my money.
Yeah.
But
Right.
do the excellent work. Yeah. The extra mile. Yeah. Which that's not going to be easy either. Stripping all of that,
Yeah.
No.
getting all that off.
Right. Right.
So that's going to be a fun job for sure.
Yeah.
It'll
it
take
will
a
be.
while.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the first things my dad taught me.
Yep.
Along with cutting straight lines was prep.
Mhm.
Yep.
He was going, the prep will drive you nuts.
It's the most important part of the job.
But he says we're
Masking
going to do it
when-
right.
90%
And
of
I
the
mean,
job.
man, we got on some of these Victorians where we're sanding for weeks.
Oh yeah. Little hand sanders on all the little fancy things.
Oh yeah, even dental tools.
Yeah.
Using dental tools to get in and pick paint out of some of that gingerbread on those places.
Oh.
It just But the finished product was
Immaculate.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Well, and also you don't even realize it, but like talking about painting's a great example of this. You're actually not just helping out your customers. It's something pretty to look at on the block, you know?
Yeah.
People driving by,
Mm-hmm.
especially on a Victorian,
Yeah.
people look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And just with it being a Victorian alone, and now that it has a nice paint job, it's nice. People admire it,
Yeah.
you know?
Right. Right.
So that's another thing too. They're just like, wow, this is a really cool building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Increases sale value too in that case too. But
Yeah. You got to listen to your customers.
oh yeah. Yep.
That's a big thing.
What are their expectations? What do they want? Do they want the 3 fast, cheap, easy?
Right.
Because sometimes they want to do it a cheaper way and they can't afford it. And it's like, okay, here's what I can do cheaper way. It's not going to be as good. It's not going to last as long, and being open and honest with that. But this is going to be the cheaper way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some customers want that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find out whether you're loving your customer by how well you're listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a few times I've gotten nailed on
Oh,
that
yeah.
because I wasn't really listening. It was one time it was kind of a simple thing in my mind. And my dad had warned me about this. My dad said, listen to the customer. He says that he called it the one thing rule. He says, we're looking at the whole scope of what needs to be done,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But there'll be one particular thing, and it might actually be kind of a small detail, but they're making a point. If you can hear them,
Right.
that I want this particular thing taken care of, right?
Right.
And so I didn't listen to my dad. And there was this one customer that was making a deal out of, I want the light fixtures on the outside of the house taken off and primer and finish coat being put underneath.
Yep.
And so I'm processing this is these lights, for the most part, are underneath the overhang of the house. There's no way water is getting underneath
Right.
that thing. It's not, this is a non-issue.
Right.
And that way of thinking caused me to kind of forget about it. I just kind of blew it off. And then they came around later and were like, "Hey, did you paint behind the lights?" And I was like, "No."
Oops.
And they were like, this is like the one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the one thing that I really wanted done.
Right.
And you just like blew me off.
Right.
It was convicting.
Oh yeah.
Just
I bet.
like, oh man, yeah, I'm not.
Did you go back and do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
Yeah.
apologized and was just like, yeah. I'm sorry.
A lot of the times they'll say that, not sometimes just because they want it done, but also because like they're going to change the light fixture later and it's going to be a different size and it's not going to look the same, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's another way to be be called out.
Yeah,
They
right.
change the light fixture, like, oh crap.
Oops. That
Yeah.
looks bad.
That
Yeah.
looks bad. Yep.
Right.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn a lot about how to communicate with customers.
Yeah.
Here's one. I was this was another one. I was young, just started working for my dad, and we had this one lady. She was having trouble selecting a color for the house, and so we ended up going back and forth to the store to get paint samples. And so we're putting up paint samples. And I'm going, man, this is nuts. She needs to like make a decision here.
Right.
You know, and I'm biting my tongue and so she keeps, you know, fumbling around with different colors.
Oh no.
And I finally went, you know, you just need to make a decision.
Ooh.
And my dad gives me this look. And I'm like, she turns to me and she's like, you don't talk to me like that. Cussed me out, stomped off into the house. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I apologized to her and was like, yeah, I was out of line. I should not have talked to you that way. And, but she wouldn't let it go.
Right.
So she ground on us for like the rest of the job, just because of that particular interaction.
Yep.
Yeah. She went after us. She just started like nitpicking everything that she could see with what we were doing. I mean, there was a few things where she was just like, yeah, just do that over.
Oh wow.
And
No
I'm
kidding.
looking at it and I'm going, it doesn't need to be done over. Anyway, it was
Right.
it was bad.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh yeah, I've had things like that happen too.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
I've just gotten a little bit too irritated at a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not doing like oftentimes don't do anything outwardly, but man, they could pick up vibes off of you too.
Mm.
You know, they're
Yeah.
people. They kind of know when things are off too, when
Right.
you're irritated at them. So it's also like controlling, like trying to remind yourself that they're the customer. I'm going to serve them, because otherwise they're gonna notice it.
Mm.
People pick off of human emotions. So
Oh yeah. 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 They
you got to
do.
be careful with that too, even if you don't show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And that's what it kind of comes down to, is serving others. And I mean, when we look at the example of the cross, that's the very least we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know, God served us by sending Jesus to live on earth, tempted with the same temptations we are, without sin,
Mm-hmm.
and yet was unjustly punished and died in one of the most excruciating ways possible. In fact,
Mhm.
excruciating comes, that's, we
We
get that word
from the crucifixion.
from crucifixion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Right.
he did that so that we could have a relationship with him, us who were enemies with God, at
Yeah.
enmity with God. We
Mhm.
despised God in our flesh. So
Yeah.
the least we can do is serve our neighbor.
Oh yeah. Well, he is the example. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, I didn't come to be served. I came to serve
Yep.
and give my life as a ransom for many.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want that heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the verse that comes to mind in James chapter 2, talking about good works, right?
Yeah.
You say, let's look it up. I want to get this right.
I know people get James wrong so much.
I know. I
Mhm.
know. I know he's basically, James is making this he's creating this argument. So there's
Mhm.
this fictitious person that he's having an argument with about faith versus works. You know, you say you have faith, that you'll show me your good works by your faith.
Right.
Or let me just
Yeah.
look it
He
up.
says, I'll show you my
I'll show you my
faith by
Mhm.
what I do.
by what I do. Yeah. No, James 2.
Second James.
Second James.
Whoa.
It's the lost book of James.
The lost book of
Yeah.
James. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep it lost.
Let's keep it lost. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What use is it, my brethren? And this is James 2:14. What use is it, my brethren, if somebody says he has faith but has no works? Can that faith save him? If a brother or sister is without clothing or in need of daily food, and one of you says to them, go in peace, be warmed and be filled, and yet you do not give them what is necessary for their body, what use is that? Even so, faith, if it has no works, is dead, being by itself.
Mm.
But someone may well say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without the works, and I will show you my faith by my works. You believe that God is one, you do well, the demons believe and shudder. But are you willing to recognize, you foolish fellow, that faith without works is useless? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered up Isaac his son on the altar? You see that faith was working with his works. As a result of the works, faith was perfected. And the scripture was fulfilled, which says, and Abraham believed God, and it was reckoned to him as righteousness. And he was called the friend of God. You see that a man is justified by works and not faith alone. So obviously you get into some interesting doctrine there. But because also in Romans, Paul talks about Abraham not being justified by his works ultimately,
Right.
but by his faith in God, in the promises, before he did all of those works.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it is kind of interesting. But what the argument that James is making is like, if you don't have those works, like if Abraham didn't do those things that God told him to, then his faith was worthless.
Right.
It wasn't actual faith then.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't follow through with the commands God gave him, including offering up his son Isaac.
Yeah.
He was justified before that.
Yeah.
Paul makes the argument for
Mm-hmm.
in Romans 4, I believe. But
yeah,
if he didn't do those works, then it's useless. It's utterly useless.
Yeah.
And we show our faith by the things we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we show our faith. And people
Mm-hmm.
see that. People,
Yeah.
they ask about it. It's like, well, because of my faith in the Lord and serving him and serving others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it boils
People
down
should
to.
they should read James and they should read Hebrews 11.
Yes.
Those would be two good reads together because
Yeah.
that's what you're seeing in Hebrews 11 is
Yeah.
example after example after example of people doing things that were spontaneously coming out of faith.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, in fact, they both highlight it. Like both Hebrews 11 and James 12 talk about Rahab and
Yeah.
the hall of faith, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
That these people who just did things,
Mhm.
they believed God. These crazy things, but it's all they trusted in God, and God worked through that.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great place to sum up. If you guys had any final thoughts on what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, well yeah, just the kind of one of my final thoughts would be is if we have a work problem, we have a gospel problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because when we meditate on what Jesus has done for us, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that quickens faith in us, which will produce good works that will glorify God.
Mm-hmm.
And so that needs to be our meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That changes everything. Otherwise, it's just, what the Promise Keepers or something.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we got to like steel ourselves to be more diligent
Yeah.
or something. No, it's something that flows out of faith.
It's a hard issue.
Yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Paul was addressing the issue of giving on one occasion, he didn't just say, "Hey, it's more blessed to give than receive."
Right.
You guys, you just quit being selfish. You need to give. The poor brethren of Jerusalem, they need money. It's like, come on. No, what he did is he reminded them of what Jesus had done for them.
Mm. Yeah.
That Jesus had become poor for them and laid down his life for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was going to be the motivating factor for them giving to the brethren in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
So it's the gospel, man.
Yeah. It shapes our way of life, right?
Yeah.
It totally does if we really understand the gospel. Yeah, no, but that's a great sign. Like if you're struggling at your work, that's a great sign you need to check in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Check your heart.
Check your heart,
Yeah.
look to God and be like, okay, what's going on here? Read the gospel, let it change you, right? Meditate on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remind yourself of the sacrifice Jesus made. That's a great check because work is a pressure cooker.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For sure. it can bring out the worst.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's a great sign if you're struggling. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very practical to actually be able to check where your heart is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, to summarize, love your neighbor as yourself and serve your neighbor in whatever you're doing. Right.
Yeah.
Do good work and do it to the glory of God, and you will find you'll love it. Right. To a certain degree. I mean, obviously it's not going to be the perfect job, but,
Do it to the best of your knowledge.
Yeah. Do it to the best
And to honor God.
Yeah.
Above all.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. have a heart for the people, even the people who hate and despise you. Just love them too. Love your enemy. So yeah, it's a good call and should be convicting to us to actually, do excellent work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Desi, you want to close us out in prayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. It's, thank you for this opportunity to discuss this, Lord. And I pray that you would change our hearts as we wear different hats and walk in the different vocations that you've called us to, Lord. I pray that you would fill us with your Spirit, give us a love for our neighbor, that we may serve them and bring glory to your name. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more of the content. We've got a lot of it, and we come out with an episode just about every week. And join our community too. We've got a wonderful community together, and just join the conversation and comment down below if you have any thoughts. Just comment below what your vocation is and how you've been able to honor and glorify God through it. I would love to hear from you guys. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
And
I love reading the comments.
What's that?
I love reading the comments.
Right? The comments are great. For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But and if you have anything that you don't want out there, but you want to reach out to us on Instagram, message us, private message us there. We're open to that, and we don't really have our inbox flooding, so
Not yet.
you'll probably be able to reach us if you have any questions or honestly anything you need to be encouraged by. That is something we're totally willing to do. And if you have a friend that is struggling in their vocation or struggling with the idea of continuing to be on the grind, and doesn't feel like they're honoring God in what they're doing, if you think this will be helpful to them, send it their way, share it. Yeah. And I think one thing that we need to continue to meditate on is the gospel, and the gospel will change the way that we think. It changes the way that we live our life, and that's an amazing thing. So thank you for joining us, Desi. It's always great to have you on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always great. I know Chris is probably jealous, but he is working.
Hey,
he's doing hard work.
He was here last time, and now I get to do it. So I'm glad.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
So,
totally.
It's my turn with Desi.
Yeah. It's your turn. Exactly. Perfect. All right. Well, love you guys. God bless. And remember to stay nerdy, but especially about the Bible.
Yeah.